My husband cheated. The mistress was actually found by my blind father, a stepmother who is about the same age as me. The situation is as follows. I just received the pregnancy diagnosis certificate from the hospital. I looked up and saw my husband, who couldn't accompany me to the hospital in the morning due to work. I unexpectedly had milk tea with a girl in a white dress at the milk tea shop downstairs in the community. Take a look at that girl. I knew it. She is my dad's young wife, Emily, that he found 6 months ago. Looking at the pregnancy report in hand, I feel emotional. Today is really a great day. Double happiness arrives. After returning home, I pretended not to know. I gave the report to my mother-in-law who lives with us. I asked her, Sophia, such a big joyful event. Did you tell William? The mother-in-law's face was filled with smiles, hurrying to get me to sit down. Mom, he is currently busy accompanying a client. I'll tell him after he gets off work. I smiled softly, shake his head. To put it graciously, that's right. He is indeed busy accompanying someone. It's just that the one accompanying is not the actual client, but his lover. Before long, William has returned. Wife, what did the doctor say? Did I eat something bad? William, you are going to be a dad. I saw William's face gradually becoming tense. I almost couldn't help but laugh. What happened is this expression, one of unhappiness. How could that be? Of course, I'm happy. Just a little unexpected, after all. We have only been married for less than 3 months. William's expression changed dramatically. In an instant, everything changed. Seeing the insincere expression of the person across from me, I understand very well. How could he not surprise me? After all, my husband personally pours out the contraceptive pills for me from the vitamin bottle every night before bed. However, he didn't know that what came out of the bottle was actually vitamin. Today, I returned home. In order to prevent William from overthinking, I replaced these vitamins with expired contraceptive pills. After all, if it weren't for my urgent need for a legitimate child, I don't want to be with him at all. While William was taking a shower, I cracked his phone password using Emily's birthday. This silly guy probably didn't expect it. I can guess his phone password using Emily's birthday. How could I not know? Later, I find that everyone in my life has no secrets from me. For example, I already knew before getting married that Emily was William's first love from college. In the mobile phone, their chat history is completely clean, clear, and explicit. Also, it's been set up for so long. Be careful, the water in the bathroom has stopped. I quickly installed the listening software, then put the phone back in its original place. The next morning, after William went to work, I made an excuse to go out shopping with my best friend. Arrived at the agreed coffee shop, I saw someone dressed in a leather jacket with bright yellow hair who looked a bit alternative. I was taken aback for a moment, but soon he dialed the phone number of the owner of the W Detective Agency. Victor, you really got it wrong this time, even if old Liu has retired. It's not necessary to bring in such a young kid to deal with me. The anger hasn't been fully vented yet. The little guy on the opposite side left a sticky note, then put on the helmet. He whistled and left with a carefree attitude. The 2 sentences on the sticky note immediately cooled my friend Victor's anger. I thought for a while. I dialed the number again. Only a single sentence was left. Please send me Ethan's contact information. No one saw it. The words on that sticky note are, I am not a little guy. My name is Ethan. I'll tell you another secret. Your mother, before she passed away, suddenly cooked dinner for your dad for a month. Guess what was added to the rice? I certainly know what has been added to the food. However, this can be verified. It indeed shows that he has some skills. After leaving the coffee shop, I returned to my parental home. After all, it's such a big celebration. One person's enjoyment is not as good as everyone being happy together. I began to look forward to my little stepmother, and that dad who had been living relatively easily over the years and had forgotten the sense of crisis. What kind of expression would it be? Sure enough, did not let me down. My stepmother has just found out that I am pregnant, eyes wide open. The expression is absolutely humorous. She may not even realize how exaggerated it is. She couldn't take it anymore. The best part is just beginning, relatively speaking. My father, calmly drinking tea beside me, appeared much more composed. Of course, if one does not pay attention to his slightly trembling left hand. After all, we've lived together for so many years. I know my dad very well. Dad, since I am about to become a mom, you think it might be a good idea to schedule a time to talk with Lawyer Wang? No need to rush. Sophia, you just got pregnant. Don't worry too much. I promised your mother that I would wait until you get married and have children. The company's matters will be left to you. This is absolutely no problem. You still not believe me? I haven't had a chance to speak yet. My impatient stepmother suddenly stood up. What does this mean? Old Robert, when did you promise to give the company to your daughter? I've never heard you mention it before. You actually kept such a big matter from me. I am your legal wife. What do you take me for? My father doesn't speak much at home. The character is also relatively weak. However, he would never compromise with his wife. Emily just glanced at him, reluctantly returned to the sofa. I ignored Emily. Daughters will naturally believe you. After all, I am already your only child. I nodded seriously, but inwardly I couldn't help but sneer. You made me believe in you. If it weren't for knowing my brother's situation, I might have really been deceived by your appearance as a good father. Emily, the words have come to this point. I hope you won't disappoint me. I just got up to go out. Emily still wouldn't let it go, she said. Do you think I have no children to support me? I feel young following you. You can treat me casually now. In the end, it made me feel like an outsider. My money, I will give it how I want to. Then, the sound of items being thrown and fighting echoed through the room again. The scene was chaotic. My mood is just like the weather today. The sun is shining brightly. Your money is truly impressive. Did I take your last name? Have you forgotten that you are a son-in-law? I found a quiet place. The listening device has been activated. As expected, heard an exciting argument scene. William, you got her pregnant. Have you really fallen in love with Sophia? Sigh. Really? It's surprising to ask such a silly question at this time. I'm left with no choice. Emily, I don't know how it ended up like this. I was startled myself. I was still wondering if I had bought fake medicine, counterfeit drugs. Do you believe this reason yourself? Did you already know that the old man wanted to leave the company to his daughter? I had intended to get closer to her long ago. What are you talking about? I have taken your advice. I just chose to be with her. I only care about you in my heart. William, you'd better not lie to me. Do not have any inappropriate thoughts. Don't forget that I remember those things clearly. I will not betray you. Rest assured. However, is your information reliable? Did the old gentleman really make a will? If there is a will, then we still have a chance. The old gentleman has personally told me in front of me. At the latest, after your wife and child are born, will transfer power to us. Time is running out. I could hear Emily's anger even through the phone. Don't worry. It's not very convenient to communicate over the phone. Wait for Sophia to come back. I will ask her thoughts again. Let's find a time to meet. Take your time to plan. I listened for half a day. I feel that there has been no substantial progress. Emily, I gave you hints this afternoon. It's useless to be anxious right now. We need to find a way. The most important thing is, shouldn't we first find a way to have a child? Even if that uncle doesn't help, one cannot let their children suffer unfair treatment. It's truly speechless. Forget it. I decided to do my best. I'll take you a little further. Turn off the listener. I thought for a moment. I called Ethan. Returned home in the evening. Indeed, William arrived early. The mother-in-law smiled as she brought the dishes to the table. Sophia, put down what you have in your hands. Come and have a meal. Have you gotten tired after shopping all day? If it weren't for the fear that you young people might dislike me, I really want to go with you. I'll help you carry things. My mother-in-law moved in with us after we got married from William's hometown. Truly pitiful. This middle-aged woman who has lost her husband. She still doesn't know that she worked hard to send her son to college, but it caused a woman to become completely confused. I shook my head with a smile. Hand the clothes bought to the grandmother who has just taken off her apron. Mom, I think this outfit suits you very well. Oh dear, I am already so old. Why are you still buying me clothes? Keep the money for yourselves. The mother-in-law rejected with both hands. Her face was filled with embarrassment. Mom, this is Sophia's sincere gesture. Just accept it. Finished speaking. She looked at me with her eyes full of tenderness. I endured the discomfort, responding to her with a smile. A chill involuntarily ran through my heart. You see, this is the influence of money. When I had money before, I often buy things for him and my mother-in-law. But I have never seen him like this. After finishing dinner and returning to the bedroom, he began by pretending to care, asking questions here and there. A long preamble was laid out. Finally, William couldn't help it anymore. He said, "Wife, you are now pregnant. I am about to become a dad. I feel both happy and a bit concerned." I looked at William by the bedside, frowning, clearly very embarrassed. I then sat up and pretended to ask in confusion, "William, why are you so worried?" I thought to myself, it's acting. Who wouldn't? William sighed, speak slowly. "Sophia, Dad doesn't trust me at all in the company. I have been asked to do only trivial tasks. Although I am the son-in-law of the president, the salary I can take home is even less than that of my dad's assistant. He spoke while doing so, observing my reaction. I did not refute. He continued speaking. We are about to have a baby. The costs will definitely increase. I worry that I cannot provide a good life for you and the baby. I looked down and thought for a long time. It seemed as if a decision had been made, looking at William seriously. William, actually, there's something I haven't told you. Please forgive me. My mom passed away, forcing my dad to promise to leave the family estate to me. I didn't mean to hide this from you. You know the relationship between my dad and me. He is at the company. It's not you who I am worried about. It's me. I took a look at the family fortune. It seems that my dad doesn't plan to leave me anything. It used to be fine, but now we have a baby. I need to think about him. If he is ungrateful, then don't blame me for being ungrateful. William asked with a perplexed expression. Sophia, what are your plans when my mother was alive? Every year on my birthday, I buy a set of jewelry to keep in the safe deposit box at the bank. It has appreciated quite a bit now. I want to sell all of these jewels. The money should be quite substantial, too. Furthermore, my mom was there when I went to college. Make an effort to introduce me to many friends in the business community. I have met many industry leaders. We have the principal. There are also connections. You can start your own venture. William listened to what I said, jumped up excitedly, hold my hand tightly, hold me and say it. Wife, you are really nice. You can rest assured. I will work hard. You won't be disappointed. I am in his arms. I couldn't help but think, these statements are full of contradictions. But William was filled with the joy of making a fortune, not the slightest awareness. It's really quite annoying. Laugh, laugh. The lively performance is about to begin. The afternoon of the next day, I transferred the money to William's card as agreed. At the same time, Ethan sent a message. The fish has been hooked. Everything is ready now. Just need a bit more luck. I thought about it repeatedly. This luck probably can only rely on old Liu to help. Actually, if it weren't for the lack of options, I really don't want to disturb Lao Liu's peaceful life anymore. Thought for a long time. Although I am unwilling in my heart, I still dialed the phone. Old Liu, prepare to wash your hands in a golden basin. Have you bid farewell to the life of the Jianghu? How have you been lately? I asked jokingly. Are you facing some trouble? Although it is a question, his tone was quite assured. So many years have passed. The person who understands me best will always be him. Oh dear, nothing special. Just checking in on you. I haven't seen you for a long time. I miss you quite a bit. What I originally wanted to say suddenly became hard to express. If there is still someone in my heart that I am willing to treat sincerely, then it was probably only my old Liu who has been worrying about me all along. Suddenly, I don't want him to get involved in these troubles. I still don't know you well. Please tell me quickly. I looked it up myself. Old Liu. Could you please do me a favor? Old Liu was a very skilled mercenary in Country D. As long as it is something he wants to investigate, there is nothing that cannot be found out. Even the outstanding Victor is his apprentice. Such a person, if there are no emotional ties, achievements will definitely be greater. After finishing the call with old Liu, I opened the eavesdropping software. I found that there have been no records from last night to today. Ethan did not find that the two of them had met each other. In this way, William obviously didn't tell Emily about what happened last night. You see, in the face of immense interests, love is truly not worth mentioning. It seems that William understands as well. Focusing on career is better than being in a romantic relationship. After all, lovers may disappoint you, but the money in your bank will never betray you. William's change is not surprising, based on the information from Lao Liu's previous investigation. Everyone knows that he used to love Emily very much. Otherwise, how could a graduate from a prestigious university be controlled by a woman? However, so many years have passed. Emily had never fully trusted him. She never trusted William's feelings for her. She often used her body to gain advantages in her relationship with William, still holding onto a lot of his compromising material, just in case. As time goes by, William may have seen through Emily's lack of sincerity. As a result, his feelings have become less pure. New York is really a strange place. Just as I was feeling sorry for William, his phone call came in. Wife, is the prenatal checkup over? I was busy all day today. I will definitely go with you next time. I haven't had the chance to respond yet. He continued to speak. Sophia, I was busy all day today. According to our discussion yesterday, The company's registration has been completed by phone. I can feel that William is very excited. Can't wait to start a new venture. He might think that I didn't respond, said tentatively. Wife, you are now pregnant. Registering a company is a major undertaking. There are many procedures. I don't want to burden you, so I didn't let you come over. You just need to stay at home and take good care of the pregnancy. Just wait to become the boss lady. William, can I still not trust you? Both my child and I are counting on you. William actively wanted to be the head of that shell company. I truly desire it. I was originally thinking about how to find a reason to make him accept it. I didn't expect that he would agree himself. That's great. Saves me a lot of trouble. Wife, the Uncle Jack you mentioned yesterday who wants to invest. Should we prepare some small gifts for the visit? Seem more sincere. Actually, I don't intend to get involved in the company's affairs. As a result, he hurriedly requested to meet with the partners. This matter is just right for me. All right, then wait for you to complete the resignation procedures. Let's find another time to have a good talk with Uncle Jack. I have completed all the resignation procedures. The finance side has also not finalized the settlement. I have already signed the waiver. Now for me, time is the most important thing. Don't dwell on that little amount of money anymore. I know he is anxious. I didn't expect it to be so urgent. Has your dad talked to you? Oh, how could there not be, however? William stopped for a moment. Then he said with a hint of sarcasm, however, this is not an attempt to keep you. He asked me to tell you. I have made the decision to leave, since you have left. Just don't come back, Sophia. Is your dad really that heartless towards you? Sure, don't ask anymore. I don't want to talk about this matter anymore. William, you are my only support. Don't let me down. I pretended to reply to him in a low mood. This is really ruthless, for profit. Even his own biological son can be schemed against. What is this? Uncle Jack went abroad to discuss business some time ago. The return time is uncertain. Let's talk about it after my prenatal checkup. Old Liu can only return to New York tomorrow. However, I'm not in a hurry to let him meet the rumored Uncle Jack. Meeting too soon may raise suspicions. After comforting William, I found an opportunity to invite Ethan. It's still that same cafe from last time, still the same private room as last time. The same person is sitting again. However, why is he willing to dye his hair again? In fact, engaged in this kind of work, the more low-key and ordinary, the better. The first time I saw him, I once suspected that he was a movie star who had just walked out of the set. He has an outstanding appearance. There is also a head of blonde hair, too easy to attract attention, so I initially had some doubts about his abilities. Emily has already begun looking for suitable candidates. The young man across from me didn't answer my question. Instead, they quickly immersed themselves in their role. However, Emily didn't seem to consider William at all from the beginning. I also didn't intend to tell him about this. This approach aligns well with Emily's style. She wouldn't give William an opportunity to find a weakness. Emily has never trusted anyone, including my pregnancy. This created a rift between them. She only believes in herself. You continue to pay attention to Emily's every move. Let me know if there is anything. Finally, be sure to confirm that she has chosen our person. You can rest assured. The so-called socialite friend that Emily just met is also one of us. She has already been successfully brainwashed. In order to quickly find a suitable father, she has spared no effort. If it drags on any longer, when she really loses her patience, we will arrange for our people to get close to her. I have reviewed Ethan's profile. His hatred for Emily is no less than mine, so I believe he won't let me down. After breaking up with Ethan, I drove to the cemetery. Brother, long time no see. How are things on your side? Is a person very lonely? You still smile so warmly on the tombstone. My brother, clearly so good, but he was betrayed by his father and girlfriend. Life remains forever at the age of 20. You can rest assured, you love her so much. I will take Emily over there soon. At that time, it will be up to you to handle it. As for that so-called good father, I will make him confess at your grave. Mom, you never treated my brother well when he was alive. Sophia, I beg you, be a little nicer to him over there. He loves you so much. The night gradually descends. I looked at the two gravestones in front of me, deeply bowed, then turned and left. Time flies. It's been more than a month during this time. William resigned and stayed at home, striving to be a good husband and father, repeatedly asking me when I can meet industry leaders who are willing to invest. I always use various excuses to avoid him. Just when he was about to lose his patience, Ethan sent a message. There has been progress. Husband, Uncle Jack contacted me. However, he is too busy. I have only set aside 1 hour for you tomorrow evening. I pretended to speak with difficulty. William, who was in the kitchen helping his grandmother wash the dishes, heard it. Oh dear, Sophia, you don't understand this. Successful people value their time as precious. Can we have an hour? It is already an amazing achievement. After speaking, William hurriedly took off the apron, pulling me back to the bedroom. Change your clothes quickly. Accompany me outside. What are you going out for? Oh dear, Sophia, of course, it's to buy some good things. By the way, you also need to choose some impressive gifts. However, this time William spent quite a lot of money. Just buying clothes and gifts cost 6 figures. The pained expression on his face when he swiped the card, it made me unable to stop laughing. I really don't know what his reaction will be when he learns the truth. Wife, you might as well take a look at the clothes. William pretended to speak politely, but the clothes here are quite expensive when you become pregnant. The clothes that were bought can no longer be used after the child is born. You can buy it after you give birth. I will buy it for you again, dear. When we have money, we will buy as much as we want. I looked at the people next to me. I feel a bit hypocritical. However, he still pretended to agree and nodded. The next day, after finishing lunch, William changed into the clothes he bought at a high price yesterday. Bring the gifts purchased with a large sum of money. Get ready to go out. Husband, did we not agree to meet at 6 o'clock? It's still early, oh dear. Liu Bei visited Zhuge Liang 3 times, just asked him to help out. I arrived there a few hours early to wait. This is how sincerity is demonstrated. After finishing speaking, hastily rushed out the door. Not long later, I found a reason to say I want to eat 3 delicacies from the earth. Send my mother-in-law out to buy groceries, until I was finally the only one left. I opened the eavesdropping software as usual. Recently, William and Emily have not been chatting as often. The content is just some meaningless teasing. Emily also wanted to ask William about my situation, but all of them were interrupted by William. Fortunately, they have their own thoughts recently. There is no time to pay attention to each other. Therefore, there is not much suspicion regarding each other's abnormalities after listening to those boring phone records. After confirming that there were no secret communications between William and Emily, I called Ethan. How is the situation on Emily's side? I meticulously pick at my nails. Just asked casually. She has started to believe in the socialite friend we arranged for her. She was given full authority to handle the selection of candidates. How did you make someone so guarded trust that fake friend? Speak the truth. I was quite surprised. He was able to make someone as cautious as Emily let her guard down so quickly. Nothing special. She just wanted to see with her own eyes that the socialite really owns a private hospital. Moreover, there are also quite a few connections in the medical community. When you need to do a paternity test in the future, that fake friend of hers turned out to be useful. Ethan paused for a moment, then continued speaking. Moreover, Emily has always believed that she genuinely saved that fake socialite, feels like having received a life-saving grace. Naturally, there would be no doubt about the sincerity of a false socialite. Even though it was over the phone, I can still sense the sarcasm in Ethan's tone. Someone like her, it's surprising that they still believe in the notion of a life-saving debt. I have some doubts. Is Ethan deliberately saying these words? Do you know? If it weren't for the fact that I know your father was the director of New York First People's Hospital. Moreover, he personally saved that female college student. As a result, he was innocently framed, leading to his death. I wouldn't be so at ease collaborating with you either. After all, the enemy's enemy is a friend. There has been no sound on the phone. I thought Ethan didn't intend to speak again. I didn't expect him to say in the end that evil people will eventually be punished. Then he hung up the phone. After finishing the call, I took a shower, prepared to rest for a while longer. After becoming pregnant, I really became particularly fond of sleep. Regarding Lao Liu's side, I am not worried at all. William is no match for him at all. When I woke up again, the room was shrouded in darkness. Turn on the light and take a look. It's already past 8 in the evening. I put on my coat, opened the bedroom door. The enticing aroma wafted in from the kitchen. Sophia, you are awake. I was just about to call you once the dishes were served. Go wash your hands. Mom made the stir-fried 3 kinds of vegetables that you like. It will be ready soon. The mother-in-law smiled gently. She was busy in the kitchen. I suddenly felt a bit embarrassed. After all, the 3 delicacies of the earth was just an excuse I casually mentioned. In fact, whether before pregnancy or now, my mother-in-law always agrees with me completely, no matter what requests I make. To be honest, I sometimes envy William. There is such a great mom. My mom is slightly better to me than to my brother. However, her way of expressing love is primarily through money. She has never cooked for me in person. If it weren't for taking care of Dad, I might not know at all that her cooking skills are so good. She is always cold, not much talkative. I have never seen her smile. It's quite ironic to say so. I have always felt that maternal love is just like that, until my mother-in-law arrived. She made me one warm meal after another. There is also the kind of always cheerful smile. I finally understand. It turns out those countless numbers on the bank book and the jewelry in the safe. It's not the maternal love I desire. Now I am a bit worried. If one day my mother-in-law finds out the truth, will she be able to withstand this blow? After having dinner, I took a long nap in the afternoon. I can never sleep at night. He took a book and leaned it against the bed while watching. I waited for William to come back. Around 10 o'clock, William has finally returned. How did you come back? Didn't you say it would only take an hour? I pretended to ask with concern. Leave it alone. Wife, my Uncle Jack originally said he would be back by 6 in the afternoon. As a result, I waited at the door for almost 3 hours. He didn't come back until 9 o'clock in the evening. William carefully hung up the 6-figure custom suit, then changed into the clothes at home, complaining. How can you treat me like this? I need to go and clarify things with him. I pretended to be very distressed. Pick up the phone to make a call. Sure enough, William suddenly snatched my phone nervously. He was patting his chest, saying something to ease the atmosphere. My dear wife, I'm not done talking yet. Why the hurry? He paused for a moment, then continued to look at me and said, although I waited for a while, however, Uncle Jack has already decided to invest. Moreover, because I have shown sincerity, they also recommended a project that is currently making money to me, said a few words. I witnessed William's transformation once again. At this moment, the smile on his face was almost reaching his ears. The dissatisfaction from the waiting previously mentioned seems to have been forgotten. Has the contract been signed? Did Uncle Jack cause you any trouble? The contract has been signed. It's not really a hassle, just added an extra line. If I did something to let you down, collaboration will be rendered null and void. Uncle Jack is really good to you. Dear, don't worry. I will treat you well. Uncle Jack had received help from my mom before, so it might be due to the affection I have for my late mother. Old Liu is indeed an experienced hand. Think carefully. That's right. I'm always at ease when Lao Liu is in charge of things. In the following week, I can clearly feel the changes in William. The brand suit that he had carefully wrapped after dry cleaning has not been touched again, because he soon bought a whole wardrobe of higher-end customized suits from the same brand. Maternity clothing brands on the same floor. He also bought several items for me, not concerned about the price at all, because I can only wear those expensive maternity clothes for a few months. Even the apron that mother-in-law wears while washing dishes. He has switched to several thousand yuan branded items. When I heartbrokenly complained about how he spent money lavishly, he seemed very unconcerned. On the contrary, I work hard to make money. I just want your mom and our baby to have a better life. Moreover, Sophia, today I can have these. It's all because of you. I, William, am not someone who lacks gratitude. What are a few pieces of clothing? I looked at William, who had a serious expression on his face. At that moment, I could not tell how much of his words were sincere. Maybe he really has some regrets. However, even so, what is the meaning of it? One must always take responsibility for their actions. Not everyone can easily turn over a new leaf. Days go by. William has really been nice to me. I don't know if it's a moment of conscience. It's still for the sake of money. Anyway, his attitude has become much more sincere. Gradually lost contact with Emily. However, such peaceful days did not last long. The agreed time has arrived. I still sent the intimate photos of William and Emily taken before at the hotel to Lao Liu. These photos are taken very skillfully. William's appearance is quite evident in the photo. Most of the women in the photos are only captured in profile or from behind. Every time Emily meets William, she deliberately dresses up very carefully, so these photos can only prove that William cheated. However, I couldn't tell who that girl was. After all, Emily is still useful. Indeed, William returned that night dejected. I pretended not to know. He asked him with concern if he was having trouble with his business. He wearily shook his head. Tell me not to worry, just a bit tired. He naturally wouldn't dare to tell me. Uncle Jack discovered that he had cheated. The funds have been withdrawn. Lao Liu told me. He took the photo to discuss matters with William. William's first reaction was not to ask him to refrain from withdrawing his investment. Instead, I knelt down and begged Lao Liu not to tell me about this. He said this is all what he deserves. It is his karma. He has accepted the withdrawal of investment and the breach of contract. I just hope Lao Liu won't tell me. I said I am pregnant, afraid I can't handle the blow. It's not good for the body, and I guarantee that it won't happen again. In fact, after hanging up the phone with old Liu, I have complicated feelings. It has been quiet for a long time, yet I still cannot find peace. Sat for an afternoon. I finally sent out the message that I had written a long time ago. Just follow the original plan. It's just like watching a TV drama. I never understand. How could a bad person suddenly become good? I don't believe it. I don't want to believe it either. Since then, William spends less and less time at home. I know. Uncle Jack, played by old Liu, withdrew his investment. The original supplier is no longer in partnership, but the final payment has not been settled yet. Therefore, the manufacturer is unwilling to deliver the goods. William believes that this batch of goods will sell as well as before once it is launched. You will be able to break even soon. So he took the risk of borrowing from a loan shark, but he didn't know. The previous goods were all purchased at a high price by Lao Liu. The illusion of busyness created. Now, the warehouse is filled with goods. There is no market at all. Soon, the debt collectors came knocking at the door. They violently smashed everything in the house that could be broken. My mother-in-law is protecting me. Hold my hand tightly, although I was trembling with fear myself, but still standing in front of me, blocked their line of sight, looking at the elderly grandmother. I couldn't help but close my eyes. In the end, I decided to do it when she wasn't paying attention. He silently nodded at the debt collector's leader, the person whom I signaled with my eyes, immediately stopped cursing and smashing things, pretended to be fierce and snatched my phone away, forced me to unlock. Then I sent William the pictures of the injuries my mother-in-law and I had. Before long, William appeared in the living room, panting, blocking the way between me and my mother-in-law. I said so. I'll finish handling this batch of goods. Pay the money back immediately. Who allowed you to come to my house? William shouted in despair at the approaching person. Upon hearing this, the person opposite did not say anything, just a cold smile, moved his wrist. The steel rod came down hard on William's left leg, the usually gentle-looking mother-in-law. Suddenly, there was a surge of strength from somewhere. Charged forward, pushed one of the people aside. Then he pounced on William. The thick steel rod struck the back of the old woman, who had a slightly hunched posture. Although I have a big belly, but he also gathered his courage and charged forward. It might be because old Liu specifically reminded us. Seeing this, they stopped and started cursing. The last name is William. This time, I'll leave you with one leg. I'll wait until you no longer pay back the money. Prepare to spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair. After speaking, they pushed the door open and left. I called 120 with my mother-in-law. William, who had fainted from the pain, was sent to the hospital. Seeing that my mother-in-law is about to cry, still holding my hand tightly to comfort me, I made an excuse to go out and buy some food. Exited the hospital room. William, you should really be grateful to have such a good mother. After hanging up the phone, when I returned to the hospital room, William also woke up. I looked at him with a blank expression. He sighed. I asked my grandmother, who had been by the bedside the whole time, to step outside. William, I just received a call from Uncle Jack. The goods have been dispatched. Your loan has also been repaid. Upon hearing this, William was not as happy as he had imagined. Maybe it's my illusion. He seems a bit downcast. Sophia, Uncle Jack has already talked to you about it. I know I was wrong. Are you still willing? I am unwilling. William, let's get a divorce. I interrupted William. That's how it was decided. William, considering that you have a good mother, I only let you get a little hurt. This is my greatest tolerance towards you. After all, the death of my brother, you also have a responsibility. Finished speaking. I ignored William's request again. He turned around and walked out of the ward, just walked out of the hospital gate. I received a call from Ethan. Emily laid everything out and told my dad. However, the woman didn't expect that my dad found out she was pregnant, just let out a cold laugh. Then they left. I've known Ethan for so long. It's the first time I've heard him so happy. You know where that person is now. It's not at home, right? I am a bit curious. In fact, you may not know yet. Your dad knew from the very beginning that there was something in your mom's cooking. He really loves your mom. Be careful of your dad. He is much more complicated than we imagined. He rushed Emily to the hospital overnight. The address of the psychiatric hospital has been sent. I have too many questions in my heart, so I must meet Emily in person. Looking at this familiar address, I was right about my guess. The mental hospital where Emily is confined actually belongs to my grandfather's estate. My dad is managing now. In this case, things became much simpler. Before going to the psychiatric hospital, I went to the bank first, took it out of the safe. The family seal that my mother left to me before she passed away. After obtaining the seal, the dean personally took me to the meeting room. Then they left. On the other side of the iron fence, I finally met Emily. Only one night. She, who is usually delicate and beautiful, has been tormented to the point of losing her appearance. Sophia, save me. Please save me. Emily's hands were covered in blood, sticking out from the gaps in the iron railing. It feels like holding on to the last glimmer of hope. Why should I save you? You have to be worth something. Upon hearing this, Emily stopped struggling, stunned for a moment. Then he chuckled self-deprecatingly. It seems to understand something. Look up at me. Humph, Sophia, your family really leaves me at a loss. I really don't know how I ended up encountering a family like yours. Emily turned around angrily, spit casually, said with a tone of disgust, my brother treats you so well. Meeting you must be the bad luck. What qualifications do you have to criticize him? Emily has been upset all along. The expression suddenly softened significantly. John is such a good person, in my heart. He definitely isn't someone who can be associated with families like yours. Such a good person. You actually colluded with my dad to harm him. I kept staring at Emily. At this moment, the shock in her eyes seemed genuine. Haha. Sophia, who told you that your brother was killed by me and your dad? Is it your wicked-hearted mother, Sophia? You must remember, your brother was arranged and caused to die by your mother. Emily looked at me. The face was filled with pain. Seriously, I said one sentence after another. Many scenes suddenly came to mind of little boys being neglected by their mothers during my childhood. A sense of tension tightened in the heart. I don't want to keep listening. Turn around and just want to leave. John once told me in that cold home. Only her sister cares about him. Sophia, don't you really want to know how your brother passed away? This sentence made me stop in my tracks. The first bad person I encountered. It's your seemingly calm yet very ruthless mother. Emily is behind me, whether I am listening or not. She continued to talk about her story, lost in her own thoughts. At that time, I am the only girl from my village who has been admitted to university. I lost my parents when I was young. I grew up with the help of kind-hearted people in the village. Everyone can support me to finish high school. It has already been very difficult. So I came to New York by myself, working in a coffee shop. I want to earn tuition fees. I met your mother back then. She was not angry with me for spilling coffee on her clothes. On the contrary, after learning about my experiences, decided to fund my college education. At that time, I was really foolish, thought they had encountered a good person. I didn't expect that this was actually the beginning of my suffering. Emily took a sip of the water on the table. Continue speaking. My freshman winter vacation. Your mom used the excuse that I don't have parents to spend the new year alone. Let me spend the new year at her house. Who would have thought? The next day I woke up in your dad's bed. Your mom said honestly, this is what she arranged. The purpose is to find a compliant lover for your dad, to make things easier for oneself. I have also considered calling the police, but your mom installed a camera in the room that night. He also threatened me. If I dare to say it out loud, just upload the video online. Your dad always thought he was drunk, but seeing that your mom doesn't care anymore, he tacitly accepted our relationship out of spite. However, I know he doesn't actually like me. Later, I often go to your house. I often run into your brother. Speaking of which, I have never seen you before, because it was my mother who sent me abroad for my studies when I was in high school. So during that time, Emily was at my house. I have never seen it. Your brother doesn't know about my relationship with your dad. He thought I was just the poor student sponsored by your mom. At the beginning, I approached your brother with a purpose. I wonder if he likes me. Maybe your mom will no longer interfere with us, but I didn't expect your mom to be so heartless. Until one day, your mom asked me to trick your brother into going out, find someone to push him off the rooftop of an unfinished building. You don't know. Your brother is tall and has practiced judo. Those few people were no match for him at all. Later, he wanted to take them to the police station, but the other party was afraid. I gave him the recording of your mom asking them to eliminate him. You don't know, at that time, how desperate your brother was. He kept saying, I thought my mom didn't like me. I didn't expect that she hated me so much that she wished I would die. When those people pounced again, he actually smiled and did not resist. Let them push him down the more than 30 floors. At that time, I was with William. I have already caught him. In fact, I don't know if your mom had any other intentions when she asked me to take him out. I really want to protect him. But in the end, he said to me, "Don't blame me. Let me not call the police." Then they broke free from my hand. I turned around. Emily was in tears. Since then, your mom is no longer forcing me to go to her house, but I can't get over it in my heart, always having nightmares. I dreamt that your brother asked me. He is so nice to me. Why would I want to harm him? Later, I got together with William, who had been pursuing me. We are just fooling around with marriage. Many people were affected. After that, I never dreamed of your brother again. I know. I can only live my life this way. Later, your mother passed away. Your dad found me, saying that he wants to marry me. Then let me introduce William to you. I suddenly widened my eyes. Anger interrupted Emily's words. Are you saying that? It was my father's idea to have William marry me after coming out of the psychiatric hospital. I am sitting in the car. My head still feels dazed. Emily rejected my proposal to save her. She said she wanted to atone. I don't know why. I actually started to believe what she said. But why did Liu want to deceive me? Haven't figured it out yet. Suddenly felt dizzy. The entire body was laid on the steering wheel before fainting. I just realized that the cup of water the dean handed me had some issues. When I woke up again, I found myself tied up, sitting on the rooftop of an old building. An elderly man dressed in casual clothes is sitting in front of me. This old man, it looks a bit different from what I usually see. My dear daughter, you are awake. Have you met that woman? He asked. I stared at him. No answer. He continued to say with a smile, my son, your brother. It was from here that they pushed him down. You said he must be in so much pain. Later, when I saw him in the mortuary, his appearance makes my heart ache. At that time, my only child was a handsome young man. Later, such an event occurred. Old man Robert had always remained very calm, but suddenly it became unbearable pain. I vowed at that time, make sure that everyone who has harmed him pays the price. First of all, it's you. Then there are those hoodlums. Next are Emily and William. Finally, it's you. Why am I involved in my brother's death? You said my brother is your only child. What does this mean? How many things am I still unaware of? Oh, I forgot to tell you. Your mother does all of this. It's all for you. She wants to leave her inheritance to you, the child she had with her beloved. Because your brother is the child of me and her, she has always been dissatisfied with your brother. In order to protect you, she even wanted you to share my last name, also send you abroad to study. I really love her. I never thought of hurting you. I am also very grateful for your presence. For a long time, your mother is trying hard to please me to keep me from hurting you, pretend to be close to me, although I know this is not sincere, but I still deceive myself and immerse myself in this illusion. However, she shouldn't treat her only child this way, the meal she made herself. I know very well that something has been added inside. Still eating one bite at a time, one bowl at a time. What exactly does this count as your grandmother wants to find a son-in-law without any background? I gave up my family inheritance rights for her, choose to remain anonymous, don't care about the gossip of others, became a live-in son-in-law. I really love her. The wealth of the Smith family is less than 1% of that of the Robert family. After my parents passed away, all the property has been left to me. At first, I didn't want to compete for her inheritance. She can give it to whoever she wants. But for these matters, she caused my son's death. It turns out it was just to be able to legitimately leave everything to you. Looking at Robert's face, full of smile, I suddenly felt that he was also a pitiful person. Love is very hard, Sophia. Your brother likes you so much. Can you go down and keep him company? Don't worry. Dad will come to find you later. Our family will reunite down there. Speaking, he walked towards me. I thought for sure that I would die. Didn't expect to find Robert behind me. William suddenly rushed out, suddenly lunged at old man Robert. I haven't had time to react. They both fell down the stairs together. When I woke up again, I found myself lying in a hospital ward. Old Liu and his mother-in-law were guarding by the bedside. I have lived here for a whole month. The child died due to being frightened. Seeing that my mother-in-law looks noticeably older, I was filled with guilt. Mom, I am truly sorry for you. The child could not be saved. William did this for me as well. To be honest, I didn't expect William to risk everything for me and go head-to-head with old man Robert. Sophia, It's William who owes you an apology. You are his wife. It is natural for him to protect you. Don't overthink it. Take care of your health. Mom, if you are willing, from now on I will treat you as my own daughter. I say this seriously. Okay. You have been asleep for so long. I'm definitely hungry. Mom will prepare some delicious food for you when she comes back. After the mother-in-law left, I looked at old Liu, who had been silent all along. A mix of emotions swirled in my heart. Old Liu. How should I address you, old Liu? Uncle Liu. Is it still the father? I really don't know how to face Lao Liu. I trusted him so much. As a result, he deceived me. If you still have a bit of kindness towards me, please do not appear in my life again. Please tell Victor the same thing. I don't want to have any relationship with you. Lao Liu looked at me for a while, what I wanted to say but didn't. Finally, as I turned to leave, I said, I just hope you don't hate your mother. She really loves you. I am too. Since then, I never saw him again. Later, Ethan came by once. He told me, after I leave, Emily committed suicide. He said he would no longer say goodbye. I hope we can all begin a new life. Afterwards, I took my mom to Country M. The strangers there do not know us. We support each other. A new life has begun, just some things and some people. It's not something that can be forgotten just by changing the location in this competition. No one won.